What's up, everyone? We are back with another after show of Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 3, Episode 2, entitled On the Record. Y'all, true colors are being revealed by Nicki Natural. Oh my gosh, she was a mess this episode. Amara, she's still trying to figure out this Julian thing. Like, is he a cricket manager? What is going on? And then the Puerto Rican princess, she's ready to shut Miami down, okay? Stay tuned. We'll be back. Y'all, we are back with another Love and Hip Hop after show. What's up? I am your host, Tyra Prude, and I am here with my lovely co-host. We have a full panel, guys, and I am so excited. The energy is crazy in here. So to the left of me, I have Alfee.
Dade County representative.
Okay, I'm like, I don't know what that is, but okay.
305. Yeah, my people know.
Yes, and then we have a new person on our panel, Jeroslyn.
Hey, everybody. I was in New York last week, but I'm here now.
Yes, we're so happy that you are here.
Thank you.
Y'all.
Family.
Okay, first of all, we have a jam-packed show for you guys today. So we're going to be getting into Jeroslyn and her return to Miami. We're going to be talking about this all-girl tour, the chaos in this whole audition process. And then, of course, we have to talk about this shady Julian. I mean, is he crooked? What's going on? It's too many sides to the story. And then, of course, we have our news and gossip. And we have a special segment. The name's still in the works, but right now we're going to call it The Baddest, thanks to our girl, Trita. So, without further ado, let's get into some overall thoughts. Okay. What did you guys feel about this episode?
You want to go first? I like ladies first.
Okay.
I'm a gentleman.
I thought Nicki was doing way too much.
Oh, for sure.
It was just a too much episode. Like, Nicki was doing too much. Briscoe's Veneers was doing too much. It was just a lot of just too much. You know what I'm saying?
Too much.
What you think?
I do agree with the Nicki part. This was a good episode of reflection of importance of relationship, importance of branding. I thought this was a great episode for those who have lost time with important people type experience. I thought there was a lot of great values in this one. And when we get into it, we'll chop that up. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of substance. That's why I love Hip Hop Miami. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I mean, it was a lot, and going like piggybacking off of what you said, it's a lot about values. Just for your career wise, we saw Jeroslyn kind of breaking down how she's ready to just get back on track after her young wild days. We see Aurora, she's just trying to figure out like, my career is important to me. What steps do I need to take? And then we see Nicki Natural, who's just new, and she just doesn't know how to respect the people who come before her. She doesn't understand, to me, in my opinion, she doesn't understand like mentorship, all of that. It's just my way or the highway. So we got a lot of that. So
that's something good that we should revisit.
For sure. Yes. Maybe we can sprinkle that into a special segment or something.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into our first topic. So I want to talk about Jeroslyn first.
Yeah.
So Jeroslyn is back. As we know we've seen her on the other part of the franchise, the Atlanta episodes, all of the craziness. And I really liked this episode because you can just see the growth in Jeroslyn. Like, we knew her as, I'll take your man, Jeroslyn. I'll fight you, Jeroslyn. All of this. And to see her reflect on her life this episode and, know that when she moved to Atlanta, she was on some wild stuff. And she admits it, but her daughter has, made her a new person. It was just beautiful to see. It was like the, unveiling of the new Jeroslyn to come.
Just so her growth.
Yeah, her growth.
It was nice to see. It definitely seems that she's in a better place being back home in Miami. I really do just from that first episode, you feel the love between her and her man, DJ Ballistic.
Yes.
And just the way he even supports her, like the way he said, like, she's a good mother, and the way she even, she'll throw a little shade because this is Jeroslyn. She has a lot of jokes and just sarcasm, but you can still see the love and respect that her and Stevie have for each other despite everything. So it's really nice to see how they were able to turn it around, because the way it ended on Atlanta was crazy bananas.
Crazy.
So I'm happy she's back in Miami in her element and just focusing on being a mom in her career.
Yeah, I love it too. What about
you? So I'm going to say, I think this was a great move for her. I feel like a rebranding was necessary. I feel like in a sense of where she was projected to go, she totally allowed herself an opportunity to have another direction. I really like her guy that's with her. I think DJ Ballistic, for that type of energy of woman, needs more of the... It's weird because I feel like when it comes to relationships and it comes to just bonding, energies matter. And if you're the firecracker, the last thing you need is another firecracker with you. And I think that's what her and Stevie J had. I feel like, although with what she said, she was respectful, but I feel like it was genuine with the appreciation of what that relationship gave to her. It built her a platform. I think going into the Love and Hip Hop earlier series allowed for a growth with the later development of what they're producing now, which gives into that ratchet moment where it was so crazy and it was like, maybe this is all the show's about. It's not about, music. It's not about, growth as, entrepreneurs and in a creative mindset industry type thing. It might be just about these fights, and she was winning. She was winning a lot of fights. It's her gift for gab. I really felt like all that was kind of just displayed in that first scene where she kind of talked about it. She touched on things, but if you really know her, you know where all that goes and all those little things goes. But I really like the elevation,
the progression, and then not even with just her, but even with the show and the franchise within itself. Because, like you said, it started to become known as just drama.
Exactly.
So to see that, the people who were the cause of the drama originally are growing and developing, you could just tell the show is going back in the direction that it was originally intended to be in.
Well, they gonna bring the people that's gonna bring the ratchet.
Right, they still gonna bring the ratchet, but
they gonna bring the Nicki Naturals.
People are growing in it. It's a journey. It's an experience.
Oh yeah,
and we're just showing the experience of becoming in this tough industry, hip hop, whatever you want to call it.
And seeing her rebrand, it's anybody. Like, if Jeroslyn can do it, you can do it.
Exactly.
If she could turn her image around, anybody could turn their image around.
Yes.
It's
like
like
if you need to go back to it, you will, because she for sure was going in about prima donna, but
that's just still who she is at the end of the day. If she don't like you, she's gonna throw her little shade. And she's so good at it. You can't. It's hard to compete with somebody like that, because it's like she could be a rapper if she want. Well, she was. I'm sorry, forgot about that.
She is. She's still.
All right. Well, with that being said, you can be anything and anywhere you want to be watching us on AfterBuzz TV. Alfee, do you want to let them know how they can stay in tune with us? YouTube,
beautiful people,
all of that.
We really appreciate you just being a part of this movement. The AfterBuzz brand is why we are the TV show's #1 talk TV. We would love for you to continue to follow us, subscribe, like, give us 5 stars, do your jazz. We learn so much from this experience. A lot of us become a lot of things. We do a lot of things. We act, we dance, choreography. You never know where you're going to find some of the people that are part of this brand. So if you want to see the next great thing, this is where we mesh together to get...
Look, come on, I'm receiving this.
Me too. I
like to put that out there. So we love you.
Yeah.
Love us. The love goes back and forth. You know what I mean? It's all good. We just love these shows and we like to talk what we talk.
Yeah. It's always great energy in here. So
for sure.
Show us love.
Yeah, show us love. And then, we're going to be live in the chat and all of that. So comment so we can just get this conversation rolling, because we like to know your opinions. And again, thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk. All right, so let's get into this next topic. We got to talk about this all-girl tour that Trina is planning. First of all, Trina is a real one, okay? She has been in the game for years, and you can see that she is still all about just nurturing that next person. It's not jealousy, nothing. It's just like, how can I put these next people on? Yes. And that's what she's doing with this all-girl tour. Yeah. Now, the auditions were bomb. She had some good people. She had, who was our girl? Let me get my list together.
Wait, you had missed it, though, because I'm not even going to call them the city girls. I'm calling them the town ladies.
The town, oh, God.
It was like... honey. But I think they just added them to the mix just
to sprinkle it in. Okay, so let's talk about the highlight.
Wait, ladies. That's reality. Everything ain't perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody should take their shot. Let me stand up.
He like, let me stand up for the old town road ladies.
I know you talking about. That's just, if you have a fire in you. You may want to be a stand-up comedian. You may want to, be that artist. There's nothing wrong with shooting your shot. And you might not always hit. And because you don't hit the first time don't mean it's the last time. I know for a fact from my college, Outkast was booed at Florida A&M University at one point when they were early on. That was a building block. This is something that can lead into, and Miami folks know FAMU, so you know what I'm talking about.
I know FAMU,
so in the sense,
I can't believe they booed Outkast.
People get booed. You go through things. I don't even let that be a thing where that deters people.
Okay.
I want you to be someone who gets shot, builds themselves up. Please if you feel like you got the juice.
I got what he said.
I just
the energy.
Okay, we needed that moment. Okay, thank you for that, guys. We are not bashing people who are pushing for their dreams.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta fail. If you fail, get back on.
And you got to be on Love and Hip Hop. So hey,
exactly. You gotta be on. Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to the town.
Unfortunately, during this tour, somebody failed and she was not willing to get back up or take constructive criticism to get back up and get back on the spot. So during this, little audition, we had J Diva, we had Nicki Natural, and we had Suki Hana. Okay. So
I'm training a daughter. That girl.
Okay, so she shut it down. She shut it down. She had her dancers, the twerking, all of that. Like she earned her spot, honey. She was committed to this. Now, during this audition, we kind of saw, I like to say we saw Nikki for who she truly is. Okay, because last week's episode we were introduced to her as Trick Daddy's girlfriend, Christian Sullivan. Oh, I'm the good girl. This is my man. Yes. And then she did a complete 360 and was just like, who is Trina?
Yes.
She's 20 years in, whatever. Her last album was a flop. Like, okay. Just give me your whole spiel on that, how that happened, how Trick Daddy went out on a limb to, get her into the audition just for her to completely disrespect Trina during this opportunity that could have helped put her on the map.
Me first?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is a dynamic that happens to everyone. It's called Young Thang Thang. Old guy.
We need music from when he talks.
Yeah.
Okay.
He about to drop some gems or something.
Message. This is message
Josh.
time. So, in the sense of allowing you to know what that was all about, you get to a certain age where you can provide certain things for people. And there's certain people that see that you could provide certain things.
Okay.
In this situation, I feel like there's a like there. There's a genuine like. Clearly, Trick doesn't love. Because if he loved, he wouldn't say joy ain't going nowhere.
He did.
So in the situation of allowing it to be what it is, and it's some old southern roots, old country, city boy, swagger, licious lifestyle. He's keeping his young thing as happy as he can, thus being a gentleman and going out of his way to help her. But at the same time, not denying his true self. At the same time, her seeing him for a trick daddy.
Okay, to sum it up, she is...
He didn't say one thing about the audition.
Nothing.
That's all leading up to that.
I get what you were saying though. You're talking about the dynamic of their relationship, and it's just like she sees him as the gateway
opportunity.
Right.
And that what led to that moment of she showed her true colors.
Yes.
Of she out here to get the bag,
right.
And she sees him as a positioning.
Exactly, but you're supposed to if that's your MO, you gotta fake it a little bit longer.
Exactly.
Girl, you just did the audition.
Was off.
She had no couth. You
no
just
couth.
did the audition. She turned it into ratchetry. Like, granted, it was already, Trina's
Baby,
looking for the baddest.
The
new baddest.
Yeah.
So it's already bringing that energy. But for her to go all the way out the rail, tell the DJ to mute mics, then she's all making a spectacle, trying to grab the mic out of Trina's hand. I could not believe that. And if you got that much talent, why would you be intimidated to go against somebody to prove your spot? Like,
exactly.
If you got the talent, you got the talent. But with you acting like that, it means that you don't got the talent. You're intimidated.
Well, wait.
Or you're just
she
not
may have the talent.
humble.
She just doesn't know how to go about
she's not
business.
humble at all. And what
cool.
you see from her is what you see from a lot of these young artists coming in, especially for her lack of disrespect for those who came before her and paved the way, giving you an opportunity. You know, two of Miami's finest even helped her pave this way for her to be there.
Exactly.
So it's like, for you to just disrespect Trina, a female rapper who was like the first female rapper out of Miami.
Let's be clear, Trina does not do wrong by anybody.
No.
You don't ever hear about her beefing, throwing shades. She is all about love and growth. So just for her to give her this opportunity, it's just like, come on, girl, like... Sometimes you have to just sit back and just take it all in. And that's how you become great, by just being that listener and watching the people who come before you. And like you said, if it wasn't for Trina, this whole little path that you're trying to take, you wouldn't know. I mean, she's the baddest. She set the platform along with Lil' Kim and all of these other people. So
she's doing too much. But like I said, too much.
She's doing way too much. I was very triggered by this.
I was
triggered.
I would be too.
Triggered because, girl, okay, we all out here got dreams and stuff, and never would I ever, disrespect someone who came before me, who can give me the gems. Okay,
yeah. And
you don't want it that bad then.
It's all boss moves. If you're gonna go about a situation or you get this opportunity, you know what you're dealing with when it comes to love and hip hop. The last thing you want to do is seem like you're someone disrespectful. This is a platform. It's not like a fly in your life situation. So in the sense of how she's acting, is totally ridiculous.
It is. Okay. Girl, we gonna say a prayer for you. Because are we? What would Jesus do? WWJD.
All right.
Okay. We are going to make sure that she gets on track.
We're
gonna hope that she gets on track like Amara. Amara is doing well, okay?
Yes.
So let's go ahead and get into that. She is dealing with we're calling him Shady Julian today. She's dealing with her manager.
They.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
they.
Julian. Okay, he has his own little thing going. We'll get into that later.
Yes.
But yeah. So, if you guys aren't up to speed, Julian was originally Trina's manager. Whole little thing happened with him allegedly stealing $300,000 from her. He's the reason why her recent album, is not on the shelves. All of this craziness. He didn't tell her sorry about her mother's passing. It's just a lot that is going on with him. And Trina is actively in the process of trying to sue him for all that he has done that kind of like tarnished her kind of rebirthing of her career. So in this episode, we see Amara actually goes to Trina first. She's been hearing all these rumors about Julian, and she's just at the point where it's like, I don't care what you got going on, but my career is at stake. So you need to let me know so I can make my next move so my career can continue to flourish. Right. Were you guys surprised that she went to talk to Trina first before she talked to her actual manager?
I was.
And what would you do?
But I would have done the same thing, especially if I'm already having a feeling that something's off with him. I'm going to go talk to someone who knows him longer than I knew him and had more work experience with him. And I think that's what Amara did, and I think she was right to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I was on the same page. It's one of those situations where, like, you already have your connection, and that's not what's in jeopardy right now. It's a situation where you're hearing something about somebody. I feel like going to that person to get a gist of it is what she was doing. It wasn't necessarily to like, oh, someone's talking stuff, I want to get involved in that. No, it's like, okay, someone's talking stuff has been presented to me in a serious situation. Nonetheless, knowing who Trina is and her weight in Miami, it's worth its weight in just figuring what's going on. So I thought that was more of a respect for her being a professional, respect for her respecting her brand, and being in a situation where, I mean, if you want people to, the weight of their tongue holds the value of your worth in there in any kind of aspect. You want to be on the same page on how they rock in the world as well. You rock in the world, because you wouldn't. It's like them not wanting to manage anymore because you get into something that they don't like. You know what I'm saying? So her doing that, I think, was, just being the due diligence. I felt like Trina was more than dope for being somebody who's going through something, not necessarily talking crap, but letting you know what it is and being like, this is what I'm about to do. You could choose what you want, stay with them, not, but I'm going
I heard
in
sincerity in her voice.
Yes, and I was just gonna say that it just shows a real A-B. I can't say it.
Right.
It
Dade
just
County
shows who she
representative.
is.
You know what I'm saying? From the
You know what I was
crib.
trying to say? Give about a manager.
Yes. No, it's really
Right.
But
She was
no, it was
different.
really cool. Like how, like it was just sincerity there, and it just shows who she is as a woman. It's just like, yeah, he, F me over, whatever. I'm gonna give you the real, and I'm gonna let you take it just because I care for you, and I care about, in a way, your future too. So if you choose to take this information and do with it what you want, cool. But this is my experience. And she didn't have to sit down with her because she could have been like, you mess with Julian, nah, I don't want to talk to you.
I don't want no
But
parts.
she still,
because she's trying to help her. Because, and this is where I'm saying, we all work in the industry here. When you work in the industry, you know the industry. You come across paths and powerful people or people who've been in the industry some time, and they can show you something, and you're like, wow, like, is this what the industry is about? So when I was listening to Trina talk to Amara, I got that sense of like the sincerity in her voice, like, oh no, she's been betrayed, and she's not even trying to really badmouth him. She's just telling you the facts and the receipts of what happened with her.
Right.
I'm not standing on that yet. Just
Okay.
saying.
I'm sorry, but then when you look at Julian's energy, when Amara went to confront him, and he's like, no, I didn't. Yeah, I took $300,000. It was just like, it didn't even seem like he was lying. He's telling the truth, but at the same time, I don't think you're telling all the truth, bruh. And you seem like somebody. And when Trina said the comment, why do you think you're the only person that works with him? That's another red flag. Why do you have one client?
Why do you have one? So let's just go ahead and get into that whole how she confronted him also. So she went to talk to him, and she kind of gave him the tea, like, look, all right, I care about my career. I don't know what you got going on, but I talked to Trina, and Trina told me this. So I need you to clear this. So I need to know if I need to move on. And he told her, like, what was shocking to me, he told her, like, okay, yeah, he got $300,000, but he said it was not Trina's. He said he earned the money that he had, and nobody is getting sued.
For what talent? For what work?
So how did y'all feel about that? Do y'all think it was sincere?
It's my turn.
Honestly, it's kind of just
Go ahead,
like,
it's your turn.
Okay, this is your argument. Here you go.
This is the point where this is not a point of I'm on his side. This is a point where it's so important how people view you in this industry. It's so important that facts are true before you believe in. Now, I'm not gonna go to the extent of Michael Jackson and Weinstein and all that stuff. I'm talking just on how people view you if you're a thief or anything. Like, for me, it was telling that he had something to stand on. Anybody who doesn't believe in something is very, like, and that's even maybe not true to a certain extent, but in the sense of they usually don't stand on a ground, unless they're a super dope liar, a kind of thing. And my thing is, when it comes to business and her situation, until certain facts fall into place, I don't want to necessarily stamp anybody with they'll steal something, let alone $300K. But if they even say he had a whole different business, there's different dynamics. Like, you might be a star and have a manager who does all this work to build your career and want to do his own thing. He shouldn't be shut down and just all of a sudden be your slave to only make your career happen type thing. He can have multiple clients. And in a situation, I want a couple details to fall before I'm fine. If he's a stealer, if he stole it, it's fine. That's not what I'm even advocating for. It's more on the fact that Trina's famous. She's been in the game forever. She's in a vulnerable situation where her mother died. There's a lot going on. And this may all be for naught, but there might be an innocent man in the same situation where those things go on, or person, not a man, but person in a situation where things go on where your mother died. You think everything's falling against you. You just don't happen to think your manager's which it was a legitimate situation where he got the money.
Your
and
artist's
you are so
album
emotional.
being pulled from streaming platforms is also a reflection of management.
We
can't just put that on Trina.
That's what I'm giving
and
him.
that was a good album. And I don't
But you can't tie
wondering,
$300K to that unless it was tied to that.
Oh no, yeah, I'm giving you that.
I'm not knocking him for being. I think that's a actual loss. I think if her album was going through that kind of stuff, that's the management thing she should be talking about. Or if it is attached, we'll find out. But technically, it hasn't been. So thief isn't, bad manager can be for her. And that's legitimately solid ground.
Right.
Until it's solid ground, I don't want to put anything on anybody like anybody. I wouldn't want anybody to put anything on me.
I agree.
Okay, we got kind of deep on that.
That was
y'all.
weird.
Okay, in the comments, let's hear. We want to know what you guys have to say. Do you think he's being shady? Do you think it's Trina and her misjudgment, or
innocent to prove guilty? That's what I'm saying.
And then we saw kind of in the previews they're going to address this.
Yeah,
so
we'll see this.
But you guys both had great points. I am here for this discussion. Okay. So that wraps up the episode. I thought it was really good. One
more thing.
What's up?
Let's talk about Briscoe.
Briscoe. Oh, okay, we can talk about Briscoe and his son. So what's up with that? Briscoe was away in jail. He's back trying to, get his life back together and be the family man that he couldn't be when he was away. We saw him having this little talk with his son about clearly the son starting to get busy.
That's what happens.
He's at that age now. So what was your feelings on that?
One, great that he cared about his son to try to spend time as soon as he get back. Two, the best thing about that situation is that he acknowledged his faults. He wasn't afraid to accept the things that happened, which was his son not being as open to the relationship at first, his son hanging up on him while he's in jail. All that kind of stuff was like, it triggered a lot of things, not personally for me, but in the sense of society-wise and father-son relationships, trying to rebuild when things seem like they're lost, they're never lost. He has made great music before he went in there. And I think this situation and him being able to be somebody who could come back and try to build. And, his son's doing good without him, but his son needs him. And that's very important.
I think it was very important, and it was beautiful to highlight.
They kind of look the same age and act the same age. I want to say that too. But that's what that does.
Yeah, and it just shows the importance of, just being a man and, taking up for your responsibility. And then, even as a black man, it was just like, I'm happy that was shown on TV to show that there are black men who are actually trying to be there for their son.
Hello.
So we are running out of time. Okay, let's get into some news and gossip.
Yes.
Let's get into some news and gossip before we get out of here, guys. We done got wrapped up. All right. What's the tea? Give it to us.
You gotta talk about it.
Because it's like talk about
quickly.
family member. Wait, really quickly too. All right, so Trick Daddy got caught up the past weekend. He got caught up with cocaine. He was drunk driving. He was asleep at the wheel. The keys of this situation is, one, don't do that, because not only are you risking your life, you're risking other people's life. But two, if you're going to get caught up, make sure you
got a haircut.
Or if you have a receding hairline and you at that age, man, just get rid of it.
Okay, but you guys heard the news. He has lupus, right?
No. But what was that? That wasn't. That don't have nothing to do with lupus. It looks like he
I was reading the Shade Room comments, and it was like,
if you're going to go about a rough life, just make sure you're on point in case you get caught up.
That was clearly clippers. I still am confused.
No, that was life. That was life.
Because you clearly started the haircut and didn't finish it. That wasn't a receding haircut. That wasn't a receding. It was a receding haircut.
When you're trying to keep it, just look what it is.
It was a receding haircut.
You saw the Beijing or whatever that dark.
It looked like he had the look. You know how when people be getting the little color to fill in those spots.
So he had a little patch right
I get
there.
it. Yes. And in a sense of, let this be a lesson that if you're going to act crazy, just take care of yourself. Or don't be in a situation, I don't advocate for anything negative, but do it at your house to where you're safe. Don't risk other people's life. I think that's very important. That's the biggest message of this. Or you will be looking crazy out here in the streets, and that's your fault. But at the same time, that's my brother, so it's hard to talk about.
That's going to go, that mugshot is going down just like James Brown's Thundercat.
All of them.
Nick Nolte's one. Who else got a bad mugshot? When you start to Google bad celebrity mugshots, that's gonna.
He just looks like he was off of it. All right, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. As you can see, we are a talkative panel, and I am so excited to continue this season with you guys. Where can we find you guys all on social?
Alfred Nolan Thomas 2 on socials. Holla at your boy.
At Jeroslyn Diva, Jeroslyn Diva.
Yes, and you guys can find me on all social media platforms at _Tyra Prue. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week. See you guys later.
Social Crew, and we in
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.